Let me tell you about Hercules. Okay, so we're up to the 4th out of the 10 labors of Hercules. He's already killed the invulnerable lion, killed the Hydra, and grabbed Artemis's golden hind. And so now he returns to King Eurystheus and is like, Eurystheus, tell me the next quest that I must go on. And Eurystheus says, okay, so there's this giant boar that is wrecking up one of the villages in my kingdom, so go kill that giant boar. He's like, all right, and Eurystheus, like, I don't really know what Eurystheus is thinking, because like, if the invulnerable lion and the incredibly poisonous Hydra can't kill Hercules, giant boar, I mean, boars are dangerous, but not quite as dangerous as a lion or a Hydra. But anyways, he sends Hercules to do this. So Hercules goes out, he's walking along towards the village, and then he sees his friend, who's a centaur, and a bunch of other centaurs, and they're all like, Hercules! Hercules, we just got done partying with Bacchus, the Dionysus, the god of wine and parties and having a great time, and he gave us this big skin of wine as a gift, as a parting gift, and now you showed up. Let's have a party. Let's all get drunk. Woo! And so the centaurs and Hercules is like, hell yeah, party, absolutely. Let's do this. So the centaurs and Hercules start drinking this wine, and now centaurs are obviously uncouth barbarians. They don't know the proper way to drink wine. As all good civilized Greeks know, the way that you drink wine is you mix the wine with water and honey so that it's sweet and not especially alcoholic, and then you drink a whole bunch of it. But the centaurs don't know this. They're ridiculous barbarians, so they're doing this incredibly absurd thing of just drinking the wine straight and not mixing it with any water, which is just clearly ridiculous. So the centaurs get completely trashed because they're drinking way stronger wine than they're expecting to. And Hercules is also getting, fucked up on the wine. And one of the centaurs knocks over Hercules' quiver full of all the arrows that he dipped in hydra venom, and they spill out on the ground, and a bunch of the centaurs are walking around and like stepping on them and getting poisoned by the hydra venom and dying. And so tons of centaurs are dying from this. But one of the centaurs is immortal. So when he steps on the hydra venom arrow, he gets poisoned, but it doesn't kill him because he's immortal. But the poison hurts so much that he gives up his immortality, dies, and this like opens a portal to Hades that he goes through, and Hercules is like, whoa, holy shit, portal to Hades. Yeah, I'm going to go through that too. So he goes in after the centaur, and the centaur goes to where Prometheus, the titan who brought fire from the gods to the humans, is chained to a rock, having his liver eaten by an eagle forever. And the centaur takes Prometheus' place on the rock so that the eagle is eating his liver forever, and Prometheus just gets to go free, because that's better than having to deal with the pain from the hydra venom. So Hercules is like, damn, wow, okay, that's ridiculous. So the immortal centaur is not immortal anymore. He gave up his immortality, which means that there's just this immortality lying around. And Hercules is like, I'll take that immortality, picks it up, and that is how Hercules became immortal. So Hercules is down in Hades, and while he's there, he sees these two guys sitting on a bench. And the two guys are like, one of them is Theseus, and one of them is Theseus' friend, who's, I can't remember the name of right now. And Theseus and his friend both made a pact when they were younger. They're like, we're totally going to bone the wives of some god. Like, each of us is going to bone a different god's wife. And Theseus went on to do his own thing, but this other guy was like, all right, I'm going to bone Hades' wife, Persephone. So he goes to Hades, and he just shows up in Hades to try to sneak in to bone Hades' wife. And Hades is both the name of the place, the afterlife, and the guy who rules it. So Hades, the king of the afterlife, goes, oh, hello, welcome, come on in. I'm letting you, a living mortal, enter my kingdom for some reason. Please come, sit at the table and have dinner with me and my wife. And the guy's like, all right, I will. And he sits down at the bench next to the table, and Hades is like, ha, tricked you, it's a magic bench, now you're glued to it forever. That's what you get for trying to bone my wife. And then a while later, Theseus is like, "Where's my friend? He's been gone all this time. I'm gonna go check out Hades, try to find him." So he goes there. He sees the guy stuck on the bench, asleep. Sits down next to him. He's like, "Dude, wake up! Let's go! Let's escape Hades." And the dude's like, "Oh, you didn't just sit down on the bench, did you? This is a magic bench. Now we're both glued to it." And Theseus is like, "What? No!" And can't stand up. So they're stuck to the bench for a while. Then Hercules comes down, and all that crazy shit happens. And then Hercules is like, "Theseus, other dude, what are you doing here?" And Theseus is like, "We're glued to this bench." And Hercules is like, "Oh, well, I'm ridiculously strong. I'll just grab you and pick you up off the bench." And he does that. But Theseus' thighs are stuck to the bench. And when Hercules picks him up, he tears off part of Theseus' thighs. And this is why Theseus and all of his descendants have noticeably slim thighs. Then Hercules goes to take the other guy off, and the gods are like, "You can take Theseus. He was just trying to rescue his friend. That's okay. But you can't take his friend, because his friend was trying to bone Hades' wife, and that's not okay. You're not allowed to do that." So earthquake shakes up Hades so that you can't take that guy out. And Hercules is like, "Oh, all right, I guess so." But as we're running towards the portal to escape back to the realm of the living, I'm just going to go ahead and fire an arrow at that eagle that's bothering that poor centaur. And he kills the eagle. And so the centaur's like, "Oh, sweet, now my liver's not being eaten, so I guess I'm just tied to this rock for eternity, and I don't have to deal with the pain. That's cool." So they get back out in the surface world, and Theseus and Hercules are like, "Yeah, high five! Let's go each do our own thing. Sucks for all these dead centaurs. Aw, tear. Oh well." So then Theseus goes off to do his own thing. Hercules goes off and continues to the village where the boar is, sees the giant boar that's wrecking up the village, takes out his bow and arrow, and is just like, boop, shoots it with an instant death, a hydra venom arrow, and kills it. And that's the end of that labor. And that is how Hercules killed that giant boar. Oh man, I love that one because it's such a it's just such a ridiculous, like the actual labor itself, just this tiny little thing at the end, but then there's this ridiculous party with centaurs and Hades and all sorts of crazy crap. Oh, I love that one. Okay, so tune in next week for the 5th of Hercules' labors. If I recall correctly, it is cleaning the Aegean stables, which is fun because it's about poop. So I'll see you on Monday when I hope you let me tell you about that.